function that is called your listen. Okay, but in client side listen function is not there. Then third, hello, welcome back to my channel Kritika Entertainment. Today we will start the socket programming in C. Socket programming means it is a first thing is what is a socket. Socket is a your socket is a temporary file which is used to read the data from the transport layer and send it to the your application layer, and also same it also read from application layer and send to the transport layer. First is what is socket. Socket has the three definition. First is it is a socket is a endpoint communication between two devices across the network. Okay, socket is a endpoint communication between two devices across the network. Socket is a endpoint communication between two devices across the network. Second, socket is a temporary file. Third, socket is a interface between your application layer to your transport layer. Okay, so there is a question when socket is a socket is a socket is a communication between two devices across the network. So here will be question arises whether we have to buy two systems or not. Actually it is not at all. You do not need to buy the two systems. You only in single machine you will be you can be create a socket program. Okay, then question is how to create that socket program. Then come to the terminal. In the terminal you can find, suppose there is a suppose two systems are there. Okay, in the terminal what will do, you will be, suppose this is the server. Okay, suppose this is the server, I will write, suppose this is the server and this is support client. Okay, this is support client. Then same, how to do this to run the program. So first you will be open the two terminal. Okay, same machine you will be open the two terminal. You can see in my system. So first terminal I will be suppose run. Okay, suppose this is the terminal. Suppose here I will be first program I will be write, suppose GCC. Okay, first in first terminal I will be write, suppose GCC. Okay, server.c. Okay, so it will be display the error. So I will be write, suppose GCC server.c. Suppose this is the server.c file I will be compile. Then next I will be compile the client.c. So here I will be compile the, okay, then I will be compile, suppose gcc client.c, client.c. Then you can find, suppose here I will be find the ls. Okay, ls will be display the list of files. So here you can find, suppose this is the client.c is here. Okay, suppose here, suppose you will search ls. Okay, ls client start.c, then you can find suppose client c, capital C. Okay, yes. So here I will be write the, suppose gcc client.c, client.c, then it will also compile. So the process is how to run this program. First we will be compile the server.c, then first type ./a.out. For first you will be run the server program, then after you will be run the client program. After server compile, you will be not compile the client program. First you will compile the server program, then run, then go to the client program, then run to the client, compile the client program, then run to the client program. So here first we will see, I will be compile gcc server.c file, then I will print / okay, a.out, then server is ready to listen from the client, server is ready to listen from the client. Then I will go to the client.c, client.c file I will be make go, then here I will be compile the client.c file. Yes, I will compile the client.c file, then I will be type /a.out, okay, a.out. Then you can see that connection accepted from the same machine, and this is also IP address same. IP address same is, what is the IP address of this machine? This is called also 127.0.0.1. It is also 127.0.0.1. So it is the called your local host. Okay, local host, and it is also called your local host. Local host. So local host IP address is 127.0.0.1. It is same. So same machine we can access to programs, that is called server and client. Okay, then here server will be first client will be send request to the server, then server will be accept the request from the client side. So here after run this program, suppose client will be asking enter your name. Suppose here, suppose you have entered the name, suppose my name is Arun. Okay, then it will be moved to the server side, then server will be display connection accepted from 127.0.0.1, then received from the client is what, Arun. Then again server asking to enter something where it will be displayed in the client side. So in the server side, suppose here I will be enter, suppose thanks. So then it will be, okay, so it will be in display, okay, in the client side, it will display thanks in the client side. So same type will be in the same system, without buying the two system, in one system we can run both client and server programs. Okay, we can run both client and server programs. Okay, that means one will be open two terminals, same as in my system which you have shown. So in this is called server, this is called client. Okay, then client will be send the, first client will send the Arun, then it will display in the server side, then server will send the thanks, it will display client side. So you can find without buying two machines in one system how you can run the both server and client program. That is called socket program. Socket means what? It is a your communication, it is a socket means it is a what na endpoint communication between two devices across the network. Second is socket is a temporary file. Third, socket is a intermediate, okay, between your application layer to transport layer. Before start this, we have to first discussion Okay, OSI model. Okay, then in OSI model, I will tell you in the OSI model what we will do here. Uh, Suppose this is the OSI model. Okay, OSI model. In OSI model, first it is called your presentation layer. Okay, presentation layer. Then this is called your transport layer. Okay, this is called your transport layer. Okay, then this is called your network layer. This is called your network layer, and this is called your data link layer. This is called your data link layer, and this is called your what? Now your physical layer. And same, suppose this structure is based upon this is a server, so we will be consider this is the server terminal. Okay, we will be consider this is the server terminal. In same also in the client side also. Okay, same model will be established. Okay, this is called suppose the client side, and in client side you can this is called suppose client machine or client terminal. In client terminal also same, this is called your presentation layer. Okay, presentation layer, and this is called your transport layer. Okay, this is called your transport layer, and this is called your network layer. This is called your network layer, and this is called your data link layer. Okay, this is called your data link layer, and this is called your okay, which layer? Now your physical layer. So first you will understand presentation layer and transport layer. Presentation layer is run in user space. Okay, user space means user has the control in the presentation layer. That means whatever logic will be write, if else, switch case or while loop, int x, int y, that will be done in the presentation layer. So this is called presentation layer. That means it is control over the under the user. Okay, so this is presentation layer, but these are low level interface. If you want to interact these low level interface, then you have to know the knowledge of a socket. Okay, that means socket is a your that is intermediate communication between your presentation layer to transport layer. That means here you will be declare the socket, then it will be called automatically transport layer. Transport layer will be called the network layer. Network layer will call be data link layer. Data link will call the physical layer. Suppose when you declare, suppose when you accept one name, suppose that is called Arun. Okay, so that Arun will be accepted in the presentation layer. Then this Arun will be write in first in the socket. Okay, first Arun will be write in the socket. Then what will happen? Transport layer will be read that Arun from the socket. So here socket is called your temporary file, which we have previously told that temporary file. Okay, socket is a temporary file. Whenever you input the Arun, it will be write into that socket. Then transport layer will be read that data from the socket. So socket is a temporary file. I have told. Second thing, socket you can find is a intermediate okay bridge between two layer. Which layer? Presentation layer and your transport layer. That means socket first read the data from presentation layer and send to the transport layer. Okay, same transport layer will send to the network layer, network send to the data link layer will be sent to physical layer. Then this is called structure of the server. Then the same will be sent to the client side. Client side will be passed the Arun okay in physical layer. Physical layer will send to the data link layer will send to network layer transport send to the transport layer. Again same here also client side socket is there, which will be read the data Arun okay from transport layer and write into the socket. Then your presentation layer will read that socket and display in the client machine, that is called Arun. Okay, same whenever client will be sent, same first it will be write into the socket, then socket will read the data okay from the penetration layer and sent to the transport layer. Transport layer sent to the network layer, network layer sent to the data link layer, data link layer is the sent to physical layer. Same, it will be comes out from the wire, and physical layer send data link, network and transport. Then same socket will be read again display on the server machine. So this is called thanks. Okay, this is called your OSI model. OSI model means how to transport the data through a socket from your penetration layer server to penetration layer is the client. So next is, in penetration layer we will be write the user logic, and in this is called transport layer, which will be used through the TCP or UDP protocols are there in the transport layer. Then network layer, it contains the IP addresses. It contains the IP addresses. The data link layer, it will be linked to the data, so it is use the bind function, which will be tell you later, that is called the bind function, to create a link between the processes, two processes. Then physical layer is the contains your modem or wire or Ethernet card. Ethernet card. This is called your physical layer. Same is your structure of the OSI model. So I think you have got clear. Socket has the three definition. What are the definitions? I will be write here. Will be note down it. Okay. What are these sockets are? So first thing. Okay. First thing, it is a socket is a intermediate. Okay. What is this socket? Socket is first. It is a endpoint communication. Point communication between two devices across the network. Second, socket is a temporary file. Third, socket is a communication between presentation layer to transport layer. Okay, this is called socket. Socket has the three definitions. Then next will be start how many types of sockets are there. Okay, there will be three types of sockets. First is internet sockets, internet socket. Second is unique socket. Third is raw socket. First is the third is the raw socket. Then you will be read only internet socket. Okay, do not will be read the Unix and raw socket in our syllabus. There is a internet sockets are only there. So internet sockets again has divided into two types. What is that? That is called TCP and another is called UDP. TCP means was transmission control protocol. UDP is called user datagram protocol. Okay, so internet are two types. First is your TCP, second is the UDP. TCP stands for transmission user protocol, transmission control protocol. User stands for UDP stands for user datagram protocol. Then now we will be discuss the your connection structure of TCP. How to will be connect between two devices using TCP. Okay, so in TCP, suppose this is the called your client. So this is called suppose server. Okay, in this is called server machine, and this is called also your client machine. Okay, today now let's discuss the your TCP connection diagram. Okay, connection diagram. This is a server. This is the client. Okay, so I have told you socket is declared both side. Both server side also has the socket and both client side has the socket. So here you remember that this is called socket. Okay, socket is the declare two types, two sides. This is called your socket. Okay, then then next what will happen in the socket? There is the one function that is called bind. Okay, server side this is called bind function, but in server side, in client side there is no bind functions are there. Then after bind there is a another function that is called your listen. Okay, but in client side listen function is not there. Then third, it is called, instead of listen function, client use which function? Now your connect function use. Then after listen it will be called the accept function in the server side, but here will be not the accept function. After accept, then client will be send the data. Okay, then client will be send the data to the server. Then server side you will be use the receive function. Then server can also use the send function. Then also same as client will also use the receive function. Then both side you will be close the connection. Okay, both side you will be use the close the connection. So this is called TCP diagram of structure, diagram of TCP connection diagram. You remember in server client, then server side also has the socket and a client side has the socket. Then server side bind, listen, accept functions are there, but in client side only connect functions are there, and send, receive, close and receive, send, close both are common to the both server and client. Then how to know whether it is a server machine or not? If you find there is a bind function is there, if you find this is a listen functions are there, if you find it is a accept functions are there, then you can know that it is a server machine. When you find it connect functions are there, then you can know it is called your client machine. Okay, so now we will be discuss about these functions. First is socket. Socket I have already discussed that it is a endpoint communication between two devices across the network. Second is it is a temporary file. Third, it is a connection bridge between your penetration layer to transport layer. Okay, next, what is bind? To make a socket, we have need the three things. First is your IP address. Second is the port. Third is domain. Domain means what? Whether you are using your IP6 or IP4 version, that is called domain. Domain two types. First is IP4 version you are using or IP6 version you are using. So this is called domain. And port means it is used to connect a specific program. Suppose in your system there is Oracle is running, SQL Server is running, and Tomcat is running, and different systems, different programs are running. So each program will be assigned one port, that is called your port number. Suppose this is the Oracle I have assigned suppose 5000 port. Suppose this is the SQL I have assigned the 1000 port. Suppose this is the suppose MySQL I have assigned the 7000. When I run the 7000, when I use the 7000 in my program, that means MySQL program will be called. When you use the 5000, that means Oracle program will be called. So port is the used to connect the specific program, and IP address is mainly used to find the source or destination. So when we want to add these three, or when we want to associate these three to the socket, we use the bind function. Bind function task is what? It is used to associate the port, IP and domain to the socket. Okay, bind function is used to associate the port, IP address and domain to a socket. Bind function means it is used to create a process in the server side, so that server will be ready to, okay, server will be established and it will be ready to accept the connection from the client side. Then what is the listen function? Listen function, it is also it is used, listen function, it will accept the two arguments. First is your number of clients. So first is your listen function. Then what is the listen function? I will tell you what is listen function. Suppose listen function, here I have told you listen function. Suppose there is the uh, 5 clients are there. Okay, it is called server. Listen function, suppose there is a client 1, client 2, client 3, client 4, client 5. C1, C2, C3, C4, C5. There are 5 clients are there. When you want to connect to the server, that listen function will be decide how many number of a client want to connect to the server. So in the listen function will be write, okay, that socket number and will be give here backlog. Backlog means what? How many number of clients will be need. That means listen function is used to make a queue for incoming call request from the client side. How many number of a client want to connect to the your server, that listen function will be decide, okay, that how many number of a client want to connect to the server. Then accept function. Accept function is what? What is the task of the accept function? Which client will be, okay, want to connect. Accept function will return, will accept that request from that client. So accept function is used to listen the it is used to release one client, okay, from which will be, okay, listed in the listen function. So accept function, it is used to accept the connection from the client. Then accept function returns one new FD. That FD is a reference to the server side, which will be, accept function, it is used to return one new FD, that is called client FD. That client FD is used to interact with the client machine, because this is called one FD. This is called one FD, but that FD is the server side, and accept function also returns one another new FD. Suppose this is called your server FD. Suppose this is called your server FD. Then accept function returns your client FD. Okay, that means in server side two FD will be created. Client FD is a reference to the client. So whenever you want to send the data from the server to client or client to server, then use the client FD in the server side. Then receive function is used to receive the data from the client. Send function is used to send the data to the client. Then close function is used to close the connection from the both client and server side. Okay, now I will be make a program. We just see how to make a program both server and client side. Now I will be show you the program. Okay, so just you see here, I will be not declare any header files. Okay, so I will be not declare any header files. Without header files, I will be make a program, and whenever necessary any header file I will be defined, so that you can understood for which function or which macro, which header file it will be needed. Okay, so here I will be first write the program. Okay, so here see, uh, suppose here I will be suppose clear, and here also same clear the program. Okay, so here first I will be start the program gedit, suppose my server. Okay, my server dot c. Okay, then my server dot c program will be opened. So here normally I'll be write the program that is called hash include, okay, stdio.h, which is your normal header files. Okay, always write for printf and scanf purpose. Then directly I'll be write the function, suppose int main, okay, int main. So here I'll be declare suppose int server FD. FD means it is a file descriptor, that means server side FD, server side number, it will return from the socket. I will be declare suppose server FD is equal to, I will be declare suppose socket. Okay, socket I have declared. Then for socket, which header file you have to use? You remember, you will be write hash include sys socket.h header file. So here I will be declare the header files. Okay, hash include sys socket dot h. So here I will be declare socket. Then you remember, when you declare the socket, then what are the parameters are there inside the socket? Inside the socket you will be find the number 3 arguments are there. Okay, first is your domain, second is type, third is protocol. In domain you can write af underscore inet, okay, or af underscore inet 6. That means if you are using IP4 version, then you use the af underscore inet. Address family internet 6 means IP6, it is the IP4. So here I am doing the IP4 program, so here you write af underscore inet. Okay, that means address family af underscore inet. Then type means whether we want to do the TCP program or UDP. So here if for a TCP, then you will be write the sock stream. If you are using the UDP program, you will be write the sock, okay, dgram. This is called macro. Macro means it is written always in the capital letter. I am using the your sock stream, that means socket programming. So this is TCP socket. My program is the TCP socket programming. So here are the sock stream. Then what is the protocol? Protocol has to take the 3 value. Okay, the protocol has to take the 3 value. Then what are the 3 values? Okay, what are the 3 values? Suppose you can either mention 0 or IP proto underscore TCP or IP proto underscore UDP. If you are doing the TCP program, then write IP proto underscore TCP. If you are doing UDP program, you write IP proto underscore UDP. If you do not know, then simple write, if you do not know the option 1, 2, simple write the 0. That means it automatically take the protocol to decide the type of the socket. Okay, so here I will be declare the socket. So for here I will write af underscore inet. Okay, so here write the sock stream. Then next is the, okay, I will write the IP proto underscore TCP. Then I will be close this. Okay. Then here we write the error whether my server FD successful socket programming returns value or not. So here write the server FD equals to -1. That means if error, then it returns the -1. Okay, I will be write, okay, P error, which is included in, which is stored in stdio.h. Okay, then we will write the socket failure, socket creation, okay, failure. Okay, socket creation failure, then slash n, okay, then I will close the bracket, then exit. For exit, which header file you have to write? I have told you, okay, so header file will be used, okay, hash include, okay, stdlib, hash include stdlib, standard library dot h. Okay, inside these two functions are there. Another is the what? Now suppose clear. Suppose here we will write the system. Okay, system inside the bracket. You can also use the clear function. Okay, so here will bracket close. Otherwise, you can display the value of the socket. Printf. Okay, socket value is socket value is, okay, percentile d, then slash n will be right, okay, what? The server fd. I will close this bracket, okay, then close, then I will be compile each program. I will be compile one by one step and show you what is the output, so that before do the program first will be, okay, do the program stepwise, so that you will be find out what is the error. So here bracket are missing, so here I will be printf server fd id, then if int server fd socket af underscore ns sock stream ip port underscore tcp. So here I will be close, then I will check the error. Where is the error? Line 7, ip proto underscore tcp af. Acha, then ip proto underscore tcp. Okay, this is not undefined, so for that which header file I have to use? I will be use here hash include, okay, orpa slash inet dot h, then close this, then compile. Okay, it is the successful compile, so that ip proto underscore tcp ip proto underscore udp, this is the declare inside the which header file I will be show you, okay, orpa slash inet dot h. Okay, then I will be then I will be check what is the value of the server id. So I will close this, then I will be compile, okay, then run this dot slash a dot out. What is the value? Value is 3. Then why to display 3? I have told you why it is display 3. Okay, question is why it is display 3. First is 0 for standard input, 1 for standard output, then 2 for standard error, 2 for standard error, then last value will be find 3, that is allocated for socket. Okay, then what is the value of socket? Socket is 3. So you can find it is the value is display socket is 3. Then the next program will be again start. Okay, after declare the socket, then what will start here? I will be declare here, okay, suppose internet structure. I will be declare the internet structure. Then how to declare the internet structure? You see it, okay, you will be write the, okay, here suppose struct sock addr underscore in is there, another is sock addr underscore in6 is there, and this is the sock addr. Now what is the difference? It is the IP4. I am doing IP4, so I will mention this. This is called IP6. This is called IP6, and this is called generic structure. Generic structure. Generic structure. Generic structure means what? What is a generic data type in C++? Any type of data you have to declare, it can be cast. So sock ADDR, inside the sock ADDR, you can also declare sock ADDR underscore in or sock ADDR underscore IN6. So this is called generic structure. So it can be casting is this type, sock ADDR in type, and sock ADDR IN6 type. So this is called sock ADDR. Okay, it is generative. So but in my program, how to declare, I'll be write struct, okay, sock ADDR, okay, sock ADDR in, okay, I'll be declare both server and client. Okay, I'll be declare both server and client. Another thing, whenever we will be declare the server, I need whenever I declare the structure, I need each data member of that structure should be 0, so that it does not contain the previous value or it does not contain the garbage value. Then which header, which function I'll be use? I'll be use the memory set that is present inside the hearts include string.h. Okay, string data. Then what is the task of memory set? Will be write, okay, then structure name, structure variable name, then I'll be initially 0 for each bit, and what is the, will be write the size of structure. Okay, this is called memory set, but that means each variable of the server and a client I'll be assign the 0. So how to is write this? I'll be write, okay, first I'll be add the header file. Okay, here write the header file has include, okay, has include, I'll be write string dot h. Okay, string dot h. Inside string dot h, what will write here? Mem set, okay, set. Here I'll be write, okay, what will write here? I'll be write ampersand server, okay, then I'll be for each data member is be 0, I'll be assign the 0, then next will be write the size of, okay, server, okay, then I'll be write the size of server, then close this, okay, then, okay, then what will do? I'll be assign the value. Okay, so I have told you server socket is associated with three parameters, three components. Socket is associated, okay, socket is associated with three parameters. What are that parameters? First is domain, okay, first is domain, second is the port, third is the IP address. Okay, that IP address is store your server variable which will be associated with the socket. Then first is how to store the domain, that means f underscore inet, and second how to assign the port 5000. You remember 021, 023, it is the predefined port. Predefined port means what? Which is associated already programs, predefined programs. So I'll be use the, okay, above that 1023 port, then IP address. Okay, so here, okay, I'll be write. So here I'll be write the program. Okay, so server dot scene family is equal to, okay, af underscore inet. Okay, then next is server dot scene port, okay, is equal to HTONS. Then what is HTONS? Host to network. That means data will be moved, that port number will be moved from host to network. So it is used the HTONS. Okay, here write the support port. What is the server port? 5000. Okay, next I will write server, okay, server dot scene underscore addr dot s underscore addr is equal to, okay, I will be write inet underscore addr, okay, I will be write the IP address 127.0.0.1. The question is this line, okay, if anybody wants to understand this line, I will make only one separate video of this program. I will not include this because this program will be make a lengthy or it will take much time. So I will just simply understand you, okay, server, okay, what are this line? Suppose here I will write the server, okay, server dot scene underscore addr dot s underscore addr is equal to inet underscore addr is equal to 127.0.0.1. So remember this thing, it is your loopback address, or this is called localhost, okay. Then what is the inet underscore addr? You remember here I have given the double quote. Double quote means what? It is called string. It is called string. It is not original IP address. To make it original make IP address, I use the inet underscore addr. This function is used to convert the IP address from string to original dotted format. Okay, so what is this? Server is the variable structure, and inside this is called nested structure variable, and this is called variable or data member of the structure. So here I will be declare, suppose simple I will be make it the understood you, what is the write this, suppose struct will be write struct sock addr underscore in, okay, this is called outer structure. Inside structure what is there? Struct in underscore addr, okay, here declare long, okay, s underscore addr, then what is the variable name? sin underscore addr. Then how to declare this? Suppose this is called server variable, okay, this is called server variable, so you will be use the outer variable name server. Then what is the inner nested variable name? Scene addr. What is the data member of this? S underscore addr is equal to inet underscore addr. That means it is used, this function is used to convert the from, okay, your string format to original dotted format. So if you want to convert from original IP address to the string, then which function you will be use? Inet underscore ntoa. This function is used to convert the original dotted format IP address into string. That will be tell you later. Okay, this is called I have declared the internal structure. Then next I will be use the bind function. Okay, bind function, when we will use the bind function, here will be write int, okay, b is equal to bind. Then inside also bind, there will take the 3 arguments. And what are that arguments I will tell you. Okay, inside the bind function there will also takes the 3 arguments. What are that arguments I will tell you. Okay, inside bind there are taken 3 arguments. What are that arguments? Always remember first argument is the socket, that means sock fd, or it is also I have declared previously server fd, and this is called, okay, bind, that means server will be bind. So here will be mention the server variable which I have assigned later domain, port and IP address, that will be associated with the server fd by using bind function.
गुरु वो होता है जो विद्या का दान देता है, विद्या का व्यापार नहीं करता। इसीलिए गुरु को अपने शिष्यों से दक्षिणा की आशा होती है। मूल्य की नहीं।
And this is called your how much type of server data that will be, you have to space or mention here, that is called what? Na size of server. Size of server. So here I will be declare here, okay, bind function take the three arguments. First is server fd, second is the, here I will be cast generic type struct. Okay, I don't know the which type socket I have declared. So sock addr, okay, pointer, then here I will be write ampersand server, okay, ampersand server, then here we write, okay, size of server, okay. So here I will be close this. Then remember again I will be check whether your bind function returns successfully or it returns the -1. -1 means bind function contains the error. So here I will be trap the error. Here write b equals to -1. Okay. Then I will be write, okay, p error, okay, bind failure. Bind failure. Then slash n, okay, then bracket close, then I will be close the exit function, exit 0, okay. So here close the, and I will check what is the value of the bind function, printf, okay, the bind value is printf bind value is percentile d slash n, okay, b. Then I will check what is the bind value. Okay, so here I will be close the bracket. Then I will compile, save, compile it. Okay, then you see, okay, I will be compile. Then it will display the bind error. Then I will be check what is this error. Sock DDR, but arguments type. Okay, then I will check this error. Why? Size of server struct DDR ampersand server bind server fd struct sock DDR a DDR spelling is mistake is there. Okay, so here I will be write struct sock sock a DDR, okay, a DDR. Then I will be save it, compile it, okay. Then successfully it will be compiled. Then I will be check the what is the value of that bind value, 0. That means if you find 3 and 0, that means your 3 is the socket value is displayed correctly, 0 means successful binding. If it is -1, that means it is called error. Okay, achha, then this is done. Then next, after this, okay, I will declare you in the connection diagram. I have shown you that after bind function you will be called the listen function. Okay, so here you will be called the listen function. Listen, I have told you listen means how many number of clients you want to connect. So it will also take the two argument. First is sock fd or socket or server fd. Then second is the your backlog. Backlog means how many number of clients want to connect. So here you will be write listen, okay, here you will be write server fd, then you will be write the 5, that is number of 5 client will be connected to the server. Okay, then after this will be up to this, then what to write here? Now printf, okay, you write server is ready. Server is ready because bind will be create a process. Okay, so that means server is ready to accept the connection from the client side. Then I will make this and will be compiled. Okay, success. Then your server is ready. That means server is ready to accept the connection from the client. Then what will do? Then next we will go to the client side. client side I will be making this same program. I will never write this program because it will make the much many time. So I will just copy and paste this program. Okay, so here I will be go to the there, then here, okay, I will be copy up to this, okay, up to line 20. Then I will be close this. Then here will be open gedit, okay, my underscore client dot c. Then I will be paste this. Okay. Then I have told you in the server client side there is no bind function, so there is only connect function. So here I'll be okay mention the connect function. So here I'll be write int c is equal to connect. Okay, connect function also takes the 3 arguments. Okay, connect function also takes the 3 arguments. What are that arguments I have told you? Okay, connect function. Connect function also takes the 3 arguments. Okay, first is this is called okay client FD, client side machine. So it is called client FD. Second is the which server it you want to connect server. Then third is the what? Now size of server. How much that means size of server means how much data server will be passed from the server to the client to server. So that size you have to specify. Then how to write this? You will see here and connect. Okay, so I will just change here instead of a server FD. This is called client machine. So here I use the client FD. Okay, client FD. So then okay, then you will write here client FD. Okay, this is the client machine. So here you write the client FD. Okay, then here okay no need to declare the it is the client itself. So no to need to declare the client. Then here memory set I will be use the of the client. Okay, client should be 0. Okay, client each data member should be 0. Then size up here I'll write the client. Okay, client I'll write. Okay, then server port I have defined. Then int connect what will pass here? Here will pass the client FD. Okay, then next. Okay, here I'll pass the struct. Okay, sock addr. Then a pointer, it is generic structure. Then here write the ampersand server. Okay, then comma. Okay, size of server. Okay, size of server. So here okay it will be make the connect. So here will write the if okay c is equal to -1. I will check the error whether it is contains program error or not. You will write p error. Okay, connection failed. Okay, slash n, then bracket close. Okay, then here it should be exit the program. Okay, then I'll check this. Then I'll be okay close the bracket, then close the main bracket. Okay, I'll be compile this server client is successfully compiled or not. So here will be write okay gcc. Okay, so here ampersand client what will display here ampersand client 0 size of client. First is CLIENT, but here CLIENT size of okay. So what is the value? Socket value okay line 33 15 error. So here I will be declare struct socket server no server. It should be the client. Okay, client side I will be write client. It is a client program. So sorry, it is a server program. So you will write the server. Okay, so instead of a client you will be write the server. Here also it is also, this side also will be write the server. Okay, then servers in family, server, client connect, client FD, stock socket data, server, size of server, then connection point. Okay, then save, close. Then I will be compile. Still it is error. Why? Because before if you have not given semicolon, I will check whether it is given semicolon or not. So yes, here not given the semicolon. So I will give the semicolon, then Control C. Okay, then I will be compile. Still error, server error. So here this line I have to remove. Okay, here I have a server FD. This is called client FD. So we did not need to write this because you have already know that this value is display the 3. So I will be remove this. Okay, then close this and compile. Yes, it is successful compile. So what will be happen here? When client want to connect to the server, then server must be declare the accept function so that the data will be populated from the client to server. Then server will be write the accept function. Okay, then you see here I will be write the accept function in the server side. Okay, so here will be write the accept function. Okay, here I will be write int. What is the this value will be? Okay, accept. Okay, it is takes also 3 arguments. You know what are that arguments? I will mention here. Okay, accept. First, here write int. What is this? And here will write accept. It is also takes the 3 arguments. First argument is what? Always remember it is the called client FD. That means client socket I have to declare. Then second is okay. Sorry, this is called server FD. This is called your server FD. First 3 argument. This is called your server FD. Server FD. Second is the client, because accept function will accept the details of the client. So here you will write the client. Then what is the size of client? Size of client you have to write. Server FD, client, then size of client. Then how to write this? Then what is the return of the accept function? It is a return one new FD. One new FD, that is called what? Now client FD, and that value is called 4 because socket is the 3 and that value is called 4. Then this client FD is the references to client. That means this client FD is used to send or receive the data from the client, and it is used to send the data to the client. So this client FD is used in server side. So in server, you remember in server there are 2 FDs that will be created. First is server FD, which is previously declared. In accept function it returns one FD, that is called client FD. This client FD is used to connect to the client. So here I will be write. Okay. So see here what to write here. I will be write int size. Size is equal to size of, okay, size of client. Then okay, then here it will be write. Okay, what is the value of this? It will write client FD, then actually 3 arguments. What are that arguments? I have told you. First is server FD. Okay, server FD. Second is called your stock. Okay, sock ADDR, okay, pointer, then client, ampersand client. Okay, ampersand will be write the client. Okay, then next is the ampersand size, how much byte it will be received. Okay, then this client FD is declare. Then here will be write if, okay, client FD equals to -1. Then what is will be write here? P error error, okay, accept failed, accept failed, okay, then slash semicolon bracket close, okay, then you will be write the exit function, okay, then bracket close, okay, otherwise we will display what is the value of the this client FD printf the value of client FD percentile D slash n, okay, we will write the client FD. This is called server side. Other in it, if it is a client side, it returns the 3. But in server side, though already I have declared server FD, that is called value of 3. Then when you declare another, created another FD by using accept function, the value is 4. 4. Then you see whether it is displaying 4 or not. Okay, I will save this, then close this. Okay, then run and I will be display. Then server is ready, you can find. Okay, then I will go to the client machine. Okay, then client will be compile this, client compile, then find the run the output. Okay, then okay, you find server is ready, the value of client FD is 4. That means you can find two terminals are connected with each other in single machine. No need to take the two machine or no need to declare or provide the two machine. One machine you can provide the, okay, we can do the programs. So here now client will be send one message to the server and server receive it, and then server will be send another message and client will the client will display it. Okay, so first client will be suppose send the message program. So here, okay, I will be declare the client, suppose printf, suppose here declare char, okay, suppose name, server will be declare the name, okay, so client will be enter the name to the name sent to the, okay, server. Suppose here will declare the size 20, okay, then here suppose char reply, what is the reply from the, okay, server. So here I will declare the reply, okay, it is also size of the 20, okay, then here I will write printf, client will enter the name to the server, okay, enter name, okay, so here will be write, okay, then scanf, okay, percentile s name, okay, and this name will be sent to the server, then it will use the send function, okay, it will use the send function. How to send it? We will be write, this is the client FD, this side is the client machine, so it is a client FD, we will be write here client FD, okay, then use the, okay, what is the variable name, then what is the length of that variable name, strlen will be use the, okay, name, then next, then what will you use the 0, 0 is the your flag, means successfully one by one data will be received or sent. So here data will send, so I will write a message, type the message data sent to server, data sent to server, then slash n, okay, then I will be close this, okay, then this is the compile. I'll check whether it is error contents or it is successful compile. So here I have found to double time I have declared the char, so I'll be remove this one char. So I'll be compile this, okay, yes, then in server side I'll be use the receive function. So here also same, I'll be declare suppose char, okay, name and char name and also 20 and also, okay, reply, okay, 20. So here first it will use the receive function because client is sending the message, so server will use the receive function. So how to use the receive function, int So RCV is equal to use the RECV. Okay, what is I have told you server use instead of a server FD, it is the use the client FD. So here use the client FD, then here will write the name. What is the name that will be populate from client to server, that is based on the name field. Then here will be write size of okay name. Here is the in client, when we want to send it is use the strlen, when we want to receive we use the size of, then flag will be 0. Okay, then here write printf received from client percentile s slash n. Okay, I'll be use the okay here I will not mention because one by one character is come from the client to server, so it is character it is coming. So here I will write name. Okay, I add the null character RCB, total size of receive is stored in the receive RCB variable is equal to I will add the null character. Okay, then I will be write here name. Okay, then close this. Okay, then you see save, compile. Then I will be first compile the server, then find the output server is ready. Then here will write the compile the client, then find the output. Okay, enter the name. Here I will be enter so Kritika. Okay, in server side it will display the Kritika. Then I want to send the reply from server to client. Then what will write here? Here will be start. Okay, here will be start. Okay, it will be send the data from server to client. So here it will be accept printf. Okay, printf enter reply. Okay, enter reply. Okay, so here will be write scanf percentile s reply. Okay, that reply will be sent to the server. So what the server will use the send function. Okay, server will send function. I have told you in send function what are the arguments are with there. I have forgotten to declare this. In send function, send and receive both are same. Here in the server side it is also client FD. Okay, and what is the variable name? Suppose the name, and this is the strlen name will be sent and flag is the 0. Same in the receive function, what will be used? Same as the client FD, then name. Here instead of strlen in receive function you will write the size of name. Okay, then use the 0. The same I have written here. Okay, send function it will write. Okay, reply, then client FD. Okay, client FD. Okay, then I'll write the reply. Okay, then write okay strlen, then reply. Okay, then will be write the flag is 0. Then here write printf data sent to server, data sent to client. Okay, so here suppose I want to check who connected, which server client connected to the server. So here I can type another message printf connection accepted. Okay, here I will write, suppose here will be write connection accepted printf. Okay, connection accepted. accepted from percentile s. Okay, slash n. What will write? I have told you inet underscore NTOA. Okay, here write client dot scene underscore ADDR. Okay, so then it will be client will send to server, then I will see compile it. Okay, first I will be compile and check whether it is compiled or not. It's a successful compiled. Then come to the client side. Client will be receive this function. So here will be write suppose int okay RCV is equal to will be write suppose what now receive from the server. What will be here write here now client fd okay will be write suppose reply. Okay, so any value you can take not a reply or anything you can write size of reply. Okay, any value you can name tag. So here is 0. Then here write printf reply received received reply from server percentile s slash n. Okay, we'll write the reply. You think it is it is written one by one character, so here I have forgotten to make it string. How to make it string? Here will be okay store the null character. How to run? Because RCB returns the total number of bytes received from the server. So here write okay reply okay it will write the RCB okay is equal to will be add the null character. Okay, then it will display reply received from server. So I will make this. First I have told you first will be compile the server program, then make the run. Okay, same also then compile the client program and run the client program. So enter name. So here I have entered the Kritika. Okay, then server side it is received from you see here connection accepted from 127.0.0.1 which is IP address received from client is Kritika. Then enter reply the server reply suppose thanks. Then after send then received reply from server thanks. So this is the socket programming which I have defined here. Okay, so I think it is understood by you because it is a simple way. I have defined all the header all the functions. So I have missed one or two header files which may be needed in your program. That things you need to write here. Okay, what is that programs? What is that header files? Will be write has include if needed. Has include it will be write okay net inet slash in dot h. Okay, next another is the what? Another is called has include okay net inet slash ip dot h. Okay, so if you want to close the connection, which header file needed? Has include okay then will be write okay unistd.h. So I want to close the socket, so here will be write okay use the close function will be write client fd okay. So then will be close the server fd, close server fd okay. Then same I will close this, compile this okay. So yes, then run this. Then this side also I can use these header files. Okay, so I want to make the close it. Then what is the header file? I'll be right here. Okay, hash include. Okay, hash include. It will be write the uni std.h. Okay, so unity.h will close the header files. So here I'll be close this file, close the client. You will write the client fd. Okay, so I'll be close this, then I'll be save, compile. Okay, compile, then run it, enter name Kritika. Okay, then reply suppose it said thanks, server send the thanks. So I think it is understood by you. If you will be really like this video, then like and share among your friends. If you are new, then subscribe my channel. You can see every weekend one another socket programming or C programming or any Java program. If you want to see, or if you want to any doubt, then you can ask me in your comment section. Okay, bye, thank you.